Logan, this is the first time we've been able to talk to you since you got a new position. What's it been like, lining up and catching the balls rather than throwing them?
Oh, it's been fun. I've had a lot of learning to do, a lot of things to pick up on, but for the most part, I've been having a good time at it.
Is there a toughest part of the transition, something that, maybe you didn't expect to be so difficult?
Well, the practices are a lot harder at receiver. A lot more running. Not used to getting hit during practice, but route running has been difficult for me, so got to learn little things.
I know Coach Galloway said one day you got out there and you were blocking. He said, "Have you ever blocked before?" And you said, "No." That physical aspect of the game, how much is that kind of eye-opening, I guess?
Well, it's just in high school I did a little bit just playing defense, so got a little bit of physical action there. But for going out and blocking, playing every play, it's a little different for me, but I'm getting used to it.
In the time that you were quarterback, learning the offense and stuff like that, the routes, does that come in handy when you get out there?
Yeah, absolutely. That transition was pretty easy for me, learning everything. Plus, I know where quarterbacks want the receivers to be on certain routes, so, that was pretty simple.
What exactly went into the decision? Just saying, I want to get on the field and maybe there are too many ahead of me at quarterback?
Well, that's what I told them coming into spring ball, that I'd do whatever, and they said they might give me a shot at receiver. And then I was getting a little reps before spring break, and we came back from spring break, and I made the change.
And do you see yourself moving back or sticking it out there?
Right now, I just see myself as a receiver. If they want me to move back, then I'll do that. But for right now, I'm a receiver.
Anybody that's kind of taking you under their wing and saying this is how the position goes, learn it?
Well, Coach Galloway definitely, but then Squirt or Jordan Thompson and Connor have really been a big help for me. So.
Are those two mainly ahead of you, or do you get thrown in the first string sometimes?
Well, those two are ahead of me, but if I go in right after them, if they need a break or whatever, they'll throw me in. So.
What's the biggest piece of advice those guys have given you as you make that transition?
Just doing the little things correctly. I think, whether it's route running or blocking, there's a lot of little factors that go into it, and if you're not doing those right, then you're not going to get the job done.
Do you appreciate wide receivers a little more now that you're out there doing it yourself? Is the
Yeah,
job a little harder than you ever gave him credit for when you were throwing the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up in quarterback meetings and stuff, or you thought they were like prima donnas or whatever, but getting out there and actually doing what they do, you realize how difficult it is.
Logan, Coach Dawson talked about how athletic you were and how it was kind of a seamless transition. Heading in, did you feel like you had the athleticism and the skill that you could jump right into receiver and compete for a position?
Yeah, I believe so. Maybe not be as fast as some of the receivers, but athletically, I think I can play with them. It was really just getting the reps, getting the experience out there.
How long did that transition take for you?
Well, I'm still transitioning, I feel like, but I'm getting a lot more comfortable out there. This past week, I felt a lot better. So.
Going from 2 spring games and seasons with Fairmont State, how different do you expect it to be on Saturday in front of this crowd?
Was it Fairmont? We never had enough guys really ever have a spring game. It was really just first string versus first string on defense, and it was short. So I don't know. I expect it to be a lot more competitive. When we I'll be playing in front of a lot more people than I was used to at Fairmont State. So it'll be fun.
How much do you have that desire to get out there and actually make an impact, not be a third or fourth string quarterback, but be a first or second receiver who's getting a rotation?
Very desired. That's the reason I came up here. I didn't come up here to just sit on the bench and watch. So, I've been working my butt off to play. So hopefully I get some results.
You have conversations with the quarterbacks, or go out there and get some extra reps after practice or anything like that?
Yeah, coming in the locker room, I talk with Paul and Ford about just simple stuff. Or when we come off the field after a play, just see what they're seeing, see what they think I can do better.
And how much do you think, you coming in the fall and having a whole, off season working out at the position and running routes and stuff like that, 7-on-7s, how different of a player can you be at the position when you get back on the field?
I think a lot because, I never knew what I needed to correct playing receiver. Then getting some reps this spring or whatever, and seeing it on film, Coach Galloway correcting me, I know I'd have to work on the off season to be better.